Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
I close my eyes and I see that guy's face.
Two local women, two separate and creepy incidents at the Walmart in Dilworth. Both women say that they were followed by a suspicious male.
They're on high alert, and they want you to be too, watching your surroundings so something bad doesn't happen to you the next time you're shopping. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, spoke with the women and has their stories.
Miranda Hansen just thought she was in another person's way when she first noticed a man standing a little too close for comfort at the Dilworth Walmart on Sunday night.
And I noticed he was still behind me very closely. He didn't have a cart. Nothing. So I was like, this is kind of creepy.
But after he followed her and her daughter into a few more aisles, she knew something wasn't right.
He had his phone. And then I was like, I hope he's not taking pictures of my daughter. Like this adrenaline was kicking here and I was like, nobody messes with my baby.
She quickly checked out and thought she lost the man or that maybe she was just being paranoid.
I made a mad dash to the car.
But then as she was unloading, a black pickup with two men inside rolled up.
But it was driving very slow behind me.
She saw the pickup had parked beside her, and one of the men was who followed her earlier in the store.
He looked at me, it was like he looked right through me. Like he wasn't even, I can't even describe it. It was just an undescribable, eerie feeling.
And another woman says her story is eerily similar, just with a different vehicle. She didn't want to be on camera, but thinks the two incidents could be related.
In the car, and right when I shut my door, there happened to be a van that pulled up right behind me and blocked me in. And the one guy started coming towards me, and I just kind of froze for a second.
After this close call, Hansen has some advice if you ever find yourself feeling like you're being followed.
Turn around and take a picture of him, you know, if you're, and make it obvious. Because if they know that you know who they are, they're probably going to back off.
Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Police are aware of the incidents and are looking into them.
In tonight's schemes and ripoffs, Cass County Sheriff is sounding the alarm on a scam making the rounds in our area. People are being contacted by an individual identifying himself as a Cass County deputy who says they have an active warrant for missing federal jury duty and will be arrested if payment is not received. The scammers are spoofing the federal courthouse number, possibly creating a false sense that the phone call is legitimate. Authorities stress it is a scam and warn you not to give out any information.
A lot of us are in the clear for now, but there's a chance for more showers and thunderstorms. Hutch, sounds like the overnight hours could be interesting for some.
Right, as we head to bed, it's very quiet. And we had a very hot day once again with 90-degree readings for peak temperatures up and down the Red River Valley and a lot of 80s elsewhere. Park Rapids also hitting 91. A couple of thunder showers trying to get their act together. Norman County and South Central Polk County. Not much thunder and lightning from those. So for the most part, I think we stay quiet for the early overnight hours. There'll be a chance of some daybreak showers or thunderstorms. Our Wednesday could be a little bit wild. There will be a chance for some funnel clouds. I'll explain in detail coming up here in just a few more moments.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. All you have to do is search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
I trusted the schools, and even after reporting some of the little things that were going on in the beginning of the year, I trusted that it was going to be taken care of, and I trusted that these things wouldn't continue, and I feel now like I failed my own children.
Families and advocates are looking for change when it comes to bullying in the Moorhead schools.
Valley News Team's education reporter Veronica Marshall spoke with one mom who says her kids have been bullied so badly she has considered pulling them out of school. Veronica?
Community advocates have been disappointed and feel disrespected by the way Moorhead School Board has been dealing with bullying in the district. One person who's working to end bullying in Moorhead Public Schools is Tammy Yak. She says her children have been targeted because they're biracial and they've been called names, physically attacked, and had their lives threatened online and in the classroom. Yak says teachers saw what was happening and didn't step in, allowing the bullying to escalate. She says the district's bullying policy is actually pretty solid, but it needs to be enforced.
If we had stopped what was happening back when it first started last fall, we probably wouldn't be where we were today with what's happened.
The school board approved the district's bullying policy tonight without making any real changes. Yak says one solution is more training for teachers so they can recognize the early signs of bullying. She also likes the idea of a parent committee. Andrea?
All right, thanks, Veronica. The Moorhead School Board reviews the bullying policy every year to see if changes need to be made.
In West Fargo, school district voters will decide in September on building a third high school, another middle school, and several other projects aimed at easing continued growing pains. The bond referendum totals $106.9 million, and the vote will take place September 25th. If approved, the money would also pay for 3 turf fields and elementary school additions. Business manager Mark Lemmer says that he would explain the cost to taxpayers at the next school board meeting. He did say that the district shouldn't have to significantly hike the mill levy.
There's an uptick in ticks this time of year. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says in the last 15 years, insect-borne diseases have tripled. One of the most dangerous tick-related diseases is Lyme disease. Carried by the less common deer tick, it can have major health consequences. But doctors say the easiest way to protect yourself and your family is prevention. Permethrin is the key ingredient that can be purchased for treating clothing, or bug spray with DEET can deter the insects as well.
Yes, when you've been out and about, have somebody else check you for ticks and check you everywhere, because again, if it's the size of a poppy seed, you have to have somebody looking very carefully through your hair, through all the folds of skin, everywhere.
Experts also say don't forget to treat your pets.
We just want it back, that's all. It's got more meaning for us than it does for anybody that would have found it.
A labor of love stitched as a sentimental gift is now lost. It happened just hours after Alex Jennison got a handmade quilt from his mom as a graduation present. Over the weekend, the quilt was left on top of his car after seeing a movie at West Acres. That quilt went missing when the car drove off. The quilt is made from all of Alex's football t-shirts from high school, and on the other side, fleece made up of U.S. Marine Corps designs. He ships out in July and wants to keep a small piece of home with him.
It just means a lot to me, and I feel horrible that this happened, and I don't know what else to do.
If you do find the quilt, Jamie says a reward will be offered. She asks that you reach out to her on Facebook. For a link to her profile, visit our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story.
Hopefully they can find it.
Sure would like to see that.
A former wide receiver for the Bison has a new job tackling donuts and burgers in the Twin Cities.
But first, North Dakota and Fargo especially are cheering on an 8th grader whose hard work with spelling landed him a coveted contest.